Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
It's the Thaunties.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know it must be Thauntie Thursday. As you can see, we're not at Tiff's table. We are on location today at the gorgeous, newly opened Hill Street Lounge.
Yeah.
Shout out to the team at Hill
Shout
Street Lounge.
out. This is amazing.
Yes, and so we have Hill Street Lounge's executive chef,
Shay, hello everyone.
Yes.
The boss lady.
Hey, own one.
Love it.
And you
Love it.
own one. For y'all tuning in for the first time, what's up? Like I said, we the Thaunties, a talk show from Louisville, Kentucky, where we focus on Black excellence, women empowerment, knowing better so you can do better.
That's right.
Getting that money,
Yeah.
loving each other.
That part. Yes.
Yeah, so that's what we do. So I'm Fifi, one of the not three thirds, that makes one. 1/3. I'm 1/3 of a Thauntie. 1/3 of a Thauntie. These are
I'm Mika
co-hosts.
J.
And I'm Foxay.
Yeah, so this is what we do on Thursdays. Typically we have cocktails, but this is the show after Derby, so we all drying out.
We're on dry out.
Everything
right
gonna
now.
dry out.
The whole city was crazy.
The
this
whole
weekend.
city was crazy. We've been probably drinking for probably about 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Thunder
so
kicks it off. It's
today
just
we
been,
we all on water. We
Yeah.
all on water. And shout out to History Lounge because we asked for water, baby. They gave us Fiji.
And we like
playing. They
And we
not
like it.
playing.
and we love. Who don't like Fiji water?
Bad and bougie.
They
Bad
ain't
and
playing.
bougie.
They are not playing. They will take us here
You
right
better
now.
come and visit.
Right. Check it out because it's a vibe in here.
Nice and cold. Nice and
Hi,
cold.
Shay.
Hey y'all.
I'm so glad that you are here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Thanks
We
for
are
being
so
here.
proud of you. Like
Thank
this is
you.
just amazing.
Thank you, thank
Yeah.
you, thank you. God did, y'all.
Yeah, you did.
It's
Yeah,
all
you
God.
did.
Everything.
It's all
It's
God.
everything.
Yeah.
Non-stop, non-stop, non-stop.
So what we want to do is just kind of tell everybody about your new role as executive chef at Hill Street Lounge. You know how you got to this point, and while you talking, we gonna sample.
Okay, please do.
Tell us what. Tell
We have
people
Bang
first what
Bang
you get.
Shrimp.
Okay.
These usually come served at Hill Street Lounge in taco form. And we also have our custom salmon bites. We have homemade house sauces with each one. We have a sweet heat. Then we have a mystery salmon sauce. And then we have our Bang Bang house sauce.
Mystery salmon.
Listen,
Yes,
when
mystery
I
salmon
came
sauce.
after Thurby, I had the salmon bites.
That's a sweet heat.
And then
so
I
be
came
careful.
in today and I said, Shay, honey, I know you ain't gonna tell me, but what is that sauce? Because that is something like I never had before in my life.
Is that that one?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah. You don't like blue cheese?
She does now. She does now.
A little bit.
She does now.
Oh, it does.
She doesn't. She said no, no, no. You go with the
Well, I
first
love
sauce
it.
then, right?
If you a grown up and eat blue cheese, you gonna love this.
Sure. You'll love all of it. Gives you a nice, good home feel. A lot of love put into it, you know, Chef Shay.
Yeah.
But just to tell you all a little bit about myself, I am a young, stunning mother of 4. I've been working for a long time on and off. Had kids pretty early, you know, so life happens. I am a mother of epileptic children. We are survivors of seizures of all kinds.
Amen.
So kudos to God again.
Amen.
Yeah.
So my children outside of God are my big inspiration for this journey. Having 6 children, it gets kind of hard to pick and you have to pick and choose. You have to say, okay, do I want to be a career working woman or do I want to be a good mom? And for me, I had to choose, and so good mom it was.
Yeah.
So a couple years ago, a few things happened. I had kind of lost touch with myself and who I was as a person. I almost lost my kids. So God put me in a place to where I thought I needed help, but I went to my grandmother and she needed help. Turned to find out she was in stage 4 dementia. We didn't know.
Wow.
So upon that, I was like, all right, I gotta put these big pants on and I gotta do my thing and I gotta get myself together at the same time. Well, a lot of people say people with dementia don't know anything, right? They're out of their mind, but it was her going through her process that saved me and healed my mind and my heart mentally and physically and emotionally, right?
Yeah.
Within that, my grandmother lost the ability to cook. So with her losing the ability to cook, right, I was like, okay, I gotta start cooking for my granny, right? We don't know if granny's gonna eat the food. So I then began to pick up cooking for my grandmother, and then eventually in 2020 she passed. So I was also, at the time COVID was going on, I was also cooking for third and second shift for warehouse companies.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
I did it word of mouth. I didn't use social media or anything. Somebody called me and was like, hey, make a menu. And so I made the menu. And upon me making the menu, it was like overnight, I blew up in the warehouse field, right? So with my grandmother, me recovering mentally and physically, and me getting back on track with my kids and my grandmother passing, I was like, okay, I need to do something fast, save myself, right? So I immediately took and signed up for, I was watching Power, y'all were not. And it was the part where Tyreek was like, Tyreek was signing the papers and he was like, if you go to college,
Ain't
you
Fox,
receive.
you like him?
Yes, she does. That's right, girl, that's right.
You better get some. Don't wait till after the show. They'll be cold.
And we was watching it, and they had told Tyreek, if you go to college and you get your bachelor's degree, to finish 4 years, you get all, you inherit all of this stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it was, but in that moment, my mind clicked. No, I didn't get $4 billion, y'all. But it clicked, and I signed up for Sullivan University.
Okay.
Initially, I wanted to go to the culinary program, right? But I was like, I already know how to cook. But what I didn't know how to do was bake and survive around a lot of women. Well, Sullivan's baking program is women dominant, right? So I used that as a niche to begin working on myself in different areas as well as a therapeutic vibe. Upon going to Sullivan, wasn't easy, failed a few times, but I made it to the finish line. And within that, I walked into the best chefs of the city and of the current world right now. I walked into Super Chef, Jackie Joseph, Chef Rock. So I was able to walk directly into what being a student in school into the fast world of this is really what's happening, right? So I volunteered and I volunteered and I volunteered until they recognized who Chef Shay is and what I bring to the table. And so within that, I became executive pastry chef at JJ Bakes. She's located in the Omni. She won Best Baker of America. So I run her business Thursday through Sundays. I also
You still do that now?
Yep. I'm owner of Auntie Soul Food and Sweets, which is my catering company. Myself and my children, we run that company. And then now I am executive culinary chef with a pastry degree at Hill Street Lounge. So that's how we got here. So just a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of non-stopping, and just putting myself in places where I was uncomfortable. Because when you're comfortable, you don't grow, you don't get to do anything, you just stay, you're at a standstill. So by just pushing myself and saying this is what I don't want to go back to, I've excelled. I've continued excelling.
God is just opening doors.
He definitely is.
I'm still in school. Currently working on my bachelor's interdisciplinary. So half of it is hospitality, and the other half of it is juvenile law. Of course, as a mom, and of course with everything going on, right? We got kids dying and everything else left and right. So for myself, as a mother of 3 young men, I felt that with them having friends and being on football teams, it was very important for me to incorporate trades into them. So in my free time, I teach baking and culinary classes. I volunteer. We do construction, grass cutting.
Oh, wow.
Breed dogs. So I kind of just make sure that. In my Tiana Taylor voice, what do she do? I do everything. But I took on those trades because I'm a mother of boys, right? I have to be able to. I have 1 girl, 3 boys. So I had to learn something to give to my boys as a single mom. Like I knew what I could give to my daughter. Like anything I do, she can do, right? But what do I give to my boys? They don't want to do makeup. They don't want to do hair. They don't want to watch kids. They don't want to do laundry. So I had to put myself in a position to work.
I don't want to cook either.
But you know what's so crazy? My daughter is the one that doesn't like to cook. She's queen of the throne. But my boys cook. I was gonna say my boys, even my 12-year-old, y'all, he'll make you a full breakfast. And so, you know,
teach them what I got.
So
The boys will cook. My oldest
they
one
will do it. The oldest one won't. But the youngest 2 will, and once they start, then the oldest was like, all right, I'll just get it.
They ain't gonna be sure you doing it right.
Yeah. And so within staying positive, God is actually adding to, because I'm also Louisville's finest mama as of August. We are welcoming a grandson. Yes. So God just keeps on blessing me and putting me in the right places at the right time.
That's right.
But you are also listening and following too, right? Because God speaks to a lot of people,
and they don't
you just stay
listen.
stagnant, right? You just keep doing what you've been doing because it's comfortable.
Because it's comfortable.
And you're putting yourself out there.
I have to. If you don't know who I am and what I got, then how can I help anybody? I think we spoke about this earlier. You know, like I'm not here to keep what I learned to myself, right?
Yeah.
It took very hard work to get into majority of these doors, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But it's somebody else that's like I was that's not going to get the opportunity or may not get it together the way that I got it together.
Or
right?
they think that they can't.
Or that, but then you meet somebody like me, right? They're like, this girl got all these kids.
Right.
This girl done been through all of this, but she's still doing it. So the women that's like me, the young girls that's like me, they can relate.
Yes.
And so I'm the messenger.
Yeah.
I'm the one, girl, you could do it, girl, get it together, you know. Ben, you could do it too, nephew, you know. Vice versa, because a lot of women and a lot of people in general, they don't want to share the resource, they want to sell the resource. The game is to be sold,
we
not
talked
told.
about that before.
But so with me, it's like,
Gatekeepers.
that's my blessing. My blessing, the way I keep, they say, how do I keep doing it? Because I give. I consistently give. Without a second thought in my mind if I have something to offer. And sometimes I don't even think I have stuff to offer. But by me stopping and having conversations and doing certain things with people, it all falls in place. And then I'm like, oh, look at God again working on me. And so when he says go, now. I don't wait. I don't wait. It's not a monetary value. It's not a friendship. It's not a relationship outside of the ones that I have to maintain with my children that I'm not willing to go if God says go. And if they don't understand, then I have to learn that, or I had to learn that they are seasonal. Their purpose was where it was at.
It's so hard to get to that point where you do have to just be obedient.
It is, but it's something that you have to want. Like, I'm a want person. I believe in anything that you want and you really want it. In order to achieve it, you have to put yourself in those situations. Sacrifice is probably the biggest word.
I agree.
That is
sometimes
used.
you get in situations where you don't have no choice. Like almost losing your children. Like you at that point you got to be obedient. You got
popped on.
And it was never an issue of, is she a bad mom? You know, it's just people are malicious. People don't want to see you excel if they're not with you or if they're not a part of your journey. And so sometimes when God say go, you better go. You know, and it's just for me, that was my thing. I never knew. I was so stuck on staying and being loyal to a certain extent that when God said move, I was missing the door. So when all the bad started happening, I was like, well, God, what do I do to deserve this? What I heard was, you didn't listen. You didn't listen. So now when I heard about it, and I'm like, okay, God, is this you or is it just me?
Right.
You know? That's what you have to
tell them. They was like, Kamika say, did it sound like God's voice? And it sounded like my voice. Like I said it to myself. Like, I don't know.
You have to evaluate. I think in those situations, you have to evaluate the situation that you're in that moment. Because it's easy to be, humans are creatures of habit. Right? So even in transition, you still find yourself like,
questioning.
Is this me or is this the other side of me?
And you move to what feels good to you, right? Because I want to quit my job, and I swear the Lord is telling me that He agrees.
He didn't all the time. He did. He did. He has before, but prayed not the time that you thought that it was.
Right. Exactly.
He probably
done it when He said it. Exactly.
But then we listen and then we learn.
That's it. That's it. But so when we met Chef Shay was at the Gracefully Broken Women's Retreat, Women Who Pray Retreat. And so we kicked off the Friday night. And so we had everybody stand up and introduce themselves as their alias, who's somebody who, you know,
your alter ego.
Your alter, that's what it is. Your alter ego. And you know, and so sometimes your alter ego is, you know, somebody who you live through and turn up. But yours is so funny. I cannot remember what you said, but like just what you said about yourself. You can tell that you have made a whole 180. Like you are not, you are somebody totally different.
360. 360.
Well, 360 brings you back because it completes the circle.
No, it took me the whole nother route.
Sometimes it takes you another direction.
I was gonna say, you know, like the Olympic rings. It took me that way.
Not sometimes the circle can
make a circle, Crazo.
Right, but circles can just go different directions.
Even if we use that analogy, it means that I can be here and I can go and I can work real hard on myself, but if I get back there, then
I'm different.
I'm gonna pray for you. God gave me hands to bless you and anointing with, but I pray that we don't have to.
Yeah.
You know?
So what was it that clicked for you? Like what was it, or when in your life was you like, you know what, this ain't it?
So I was arrested when I speak about losing my children. I was arrested while trying to leave a domestic violence situation. That was the way that they was trying to control me.
Yeah.
Once I left everything behind.
Right.
And so the CPS, I was probably in there. My bond was $150,000 full cash.
Oh wow, for real?
Yeah. No property, no anything. What I was accused of, what I did was protect myself. What I was accused of was a lot of random violent charges. I wasn't convicted of anything but a minor misdemeanor, but that was a plea. But back to what you asked, the CPS worker came in to the jail, and I'm thinking it's my lawyer, right? And when my lawyer comes in, it's not my lawyer, it's the CPS, and he looks at me and he reads off the charges. And it's kidnapping, it's a whole bunch of stuff. It's a man, he's 400 pounds, 6'7". I didn't have a gun, so you trust. It's Louisville though.
Kidnapped.
Commonwealth.
Keep on being kidnapped by a little woman.
Exactly. Right. And so the CPS worker said to me,
400 pounds.
he is 6'4", 400 pounds. I kid you not.
That's a big man.
But I kidnapped him
Somebody was
5'2",
kidnapped.
120. You know, but that's the thing about Kentucky and the Commonwealth State. You can literally go downtown
Oh, yeah,
and say,
for anything.
she
Yeah.
pinched me,
Yeah.
and I could have been somewhere else. But you're guilty until proven
Until
innocent.
proven innocent.
And that's just the way it is, and that's the way the cookie crumbled for me. But the CPS guy had came in and he was like, so Miss Lachey, you know, these are your charges, and you have these children, and we've talked to the schools, and do you know when you'll be released? And I was like, I didn't even know these was my charges, you know.
Because
until
you
I
hadn't
got
been
it.
told anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was waiting on my
Yeah.
attorney, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I'm waiting on my attorney, so I believe that I should beat the case. And he was like, well, you have 7 days to figure out what they're going to do with you. Because the smallest crime that you have, the minimum that you serve is 10 years.
Dang.
Right. And so I was like, okay. I began to cry, and he was like, so if you, within 7 days, if you don't let me know something, we have to remove temporary custody of your children. Well, if you know a little background about me, I have my mother. She's very supportive, but I'm a loner. I've raised myself with my kids since I've had my kids. And so for me, in my mind, yeah, family's there to help people. I have friends and things to help, but the thought of my kids knowing that I lost them.
Right.
Like
right.
we've went through epilepsy. You know, one of my children passed for 2 minutes. You know, like we've got them back. You know, we've been through so much, and for something like this to be the reason that my kids are being, you know, threatened away from me was just kind of like, yeah, you got to get it together. And while I was locked up for 31 days. By the grace of God, I beat the case. And I didn't lose my children in the process. I lost everything else, but I didn't lose my kids, which was
that was the blessing. That's what you cared about.
And so my daughter was 12 at the time, and I have a little sister. They were really, really cool, and she put time. Well, she had time on her phone, and she added my daughter's line to her line, right? For 31 days that I was arrested, the only person that I talked to consistently was my 12-year-old daughter. And she was the connect in between myself and my 3 sons. 2 of them were together, 2 of them was with my mother.
Yeah.
So my 4 children who had been together since birth were now separated. That was something I said I would never do. Then not to mention with that, I'm about to lose them. You know, so having a 12-year-old step up where you feel like a lot of people should have been there, because I know who I was there for and what I did for people, but only the people who was there was my children. So at that point, it was kind of like, when I get out of this guy, I'm not messing with nobody but my kids.
Right.
You know, I'm not doing nothing. Everything that I do, God, if you don't put me there, I won't do it. And that's just kind of how I've walked since then. Like, my kids are my everything. My kids are the reason why I was able to turn it around in general. So without them, I probably wouldn't have even thought twice. I was like, take me to jail. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't have anything to live for. You have everything
That's
to lose.
true. That's true.
That is
You know,
true.
so
That's so true.
Yeah.
Now, have you always had a close relationship with God?
So we was raised in church, of course, and then things happen, life happens, right? And losing people started early for me. With people that are supposed to be in your life, my father, you know, my uncles, things of that nature, people that I felt genuinely loved me. So within that, I lost my faith along the way. I always prayed though. That was the weird thing about it. I've always been a prayer. Like, I've always, even in the clutch or in the good and the bad, I'm always like, God, okay, if you help me through this one more time, you know my heart. So it was probably when I was sitting in jail, I was sitting on a boat, and a girl was getting out. She gave me a Bible. She had a mark, and it was Psalms 46:5. God is within her; she will not fail. She will prevail, depending on and so from that day forward, I was like, okay, this is a sign.
Yeah,
That's exactly what that was.
A few days later, they was like, Calvin. I was like, yeah, all of it. I'm out of here. I'm about to show y'all. And that's, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm
See
the
you
toughest
later.
thing in the world, but this ain't for me. You know,
Right.
that's what I told them. They was like, you want to come and get a bunk? No, I ain't going to be here too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I promise
need.
you I ain't. I'm just waiting for the process to do its thing,
That
and then
part.
I'm going to show y'all,
Yeah.
you know, better than I can tell you. And so here I am 5 years later showing people better than I can tell them. And so for the ones that don't think they can, you can.
Yeah.
So,
And
Yeah,
so
that's a
now
testimony.
here you are, executive chef, Hill Street
Yeah.
Lounge.
ballin'.
All right, so tell us about this new venture, honey. So what is your favorite thing on the menu?
All of it.
Tell us what you
And
get.
I say
all
that
you gotta
because I designed it. So we have things like oxtail nachos on plantain chips.
Ooh,
We
wait,
have
I can't
oxtail
wait to do
tacos.
that.
Yeah, brunch all day. We have catfish. We have crab bites. We have homemade onion rings, homemade cauliflower.
They got cauliflower?
Deep fried, southern fried cauliflower.
Oh,
right on,
girl.
I love fried
girl.
cauliflower.
I took it
love
back to
fried
Granny's
cauliflower.
menu. Yeah, the only thing we don't have is the okra.
So what is
Okay,
your
I love
inspiration?
okra.
So my inspiration is people, if that makes sense. Food is the only characteristic that people that don't like each other or people that are mad at each other will come in the same room for.
Yeah.
So being with a lot of angry people all the time was kind of like, well, how can I get these people together? So if it's a cook at Shay's house, then everybody's coming, right? And they know Shay don't
still
go.
might be mad
Shay
if
don't
they
go.
all
Yeah, but they know we're not doing that at my
Y'all know
house.
Shay
Exactly.
cooks.
Yeah.
Shay can cook.
And Shay ain't
I'm
letting
doing
all
it
of
with
that.
Shay.
Yeah.
What did you say? Leave the drama
Leave
home.
the
Get you a
drama
plate.
home.
Don't
Have
start
fun.
no shit,
Yeah.
because I'll finish.
And I'll just feel like they ask you to lead to the left. To the left, to the left. But that was,
a Shay's cookout.
please don't. Please don't. But that was my inspiration. It was just kind of like everybody's angry, everybody's sad, everybody's bitter, everybody's everything. And for me, to keep my family together after my grandmother died, it was like, okay, we're gonna have to do something drastic. You know, people started, because my family's originally from out of town. My generation is the only generation from Kentucky.
Okay.
So after she left, it was like, uncle gone, auntie gone, mama gone. Everybody just started moving out of town. So for us that's still here, you know, I have get-togethers, and when the other families come in town, you know, we have get-togethers. So that way everybody's together. And whatever was going on in the past, we're not thinking about it, right? Because we got good food, and as y'all see, it's gone. It's gone. You know. We got a good mollywop on the plates over here.
So question. So to get this job, did you know the owners and this how you got the job, or did you have to cook your way into the job? Like, so show you some of my samples, and they interviewed a bunch of chefs, or did they just know you were like, we gonna have you as our chef?
No. So it's funny because I seen the post initially where they were hiring.
Yeah.
And I was about to comment, and my heart was like, sit
Scared.
back, peace, be still. Nope, not scared. So I'm just said, don't do it. So I was like, all right, let me see if I'm actually right with this, right? So a few days later, one of the owners had reached out to me via Messenger and was like, hey, would you like to interview? And I was like, yeah. Now my schedule was already hectic.
Right.
I didn't know how I was going to pull it off. I'm like, let me test myself. So I'm like, yeah, I'll come. So I came in and I interviewed. They absolutely loved me, right? So then they called me back in a few days and was like, can we get a tasting? And I was like, yeah, okay, you know, let me know. So give me some menu items, you know, some things that you all would like to taste. So they shot out a couple of things that they would like to taste. They didn't give me any styles, anything, any insight except for we would like shareables. Something that you can sit on the table and everybody can eat together at the same time. So I was like, okay. So then I looked around. I'm pretty familiar with West Louisville and all the businesses, local businesses. So I kind of branched out to different places to kind of see what does everybody have and what can I make that they don't have.
There you go.
And so what I did was...
Oxtail and plantain chips, baby. They don't have that.
They definitely don't have that.
I
And
can't
so I took what everybody, the lovers menu is what I call it, the meat items or the specific items that the city likes. And I took them and I twisted them. Myself, I love diversity. I'm all for diversity, different cultures, different ethnicities, because it's a whole thing to their food. And I've been traveling the last year on and off, just tasting different foods. Yeah,
You should took us.
I know, right? Boy, y'all should have went, because we going back myself. Like, I do everything by myself, so come on. And so I came in and I bought them. I was like, all right, this is what I'm doing. I don't think that they expected for me to come the way that I came, because I didn't even expect it. I was like, oh, I can use these dishes that I bought that I never knew what I was going to be able to do with them. And I pulled them out and I came in. I was plated. I got straight to work. When we came in, we sat down, they began tasting. I gave them their time. I kept the dishes rolling as they talked. Then I got critiqued. They actually had a superior chef come in.
Oh, wow.
He tasted my food. I did not originally know that he was a chef. Shout out to Chef Michael Smith. I did not originally know that he was a chef, but he sat down and he critiqued me. And through his critique, he was like, this is not good. And I'm sitting there like, this is okay. And I'm like, he's mediocre. And I'm like, I've never had this type of review. I'm sitting there and I'm like,
Did you chase my
yes,
food?
chef. Yes, chef. Her chef. I appreciate you, because I've been to school, so I'm classically trained, right? And so after 20 minutes of that, he looked at me and he was like, are you all right? You can stop sweating. So I'm like, all right. So I'm profusely. I've been swimming, y'all, sitting in this chair. And he looks at me and he goes, absolutely nothing is wrong with your food. I can give you a few pointers on how to do this different or that different, but your food is absolutely wonderful. But the best thing about you was I sat here for 20 minutes and I down talked you and your product, and not one time did your body language change, did your tone change. You were grateful, you were thankful, you said thank you. And so for me, it was just kind of like, you never know who you're talking to.
That part.
Right.
You never know who's eating your food.
That part.
So the fact that he was able to test me, and not only did I pass, but my food was actually good. Coming from a superb chef, you know what I mean? And he's very well known. So I've heard people say, your food is good, this and this, and most people that taste it before I put it out are friends. So of course they're gonna say, yes, it's good. So putting myself out there, and I'm a pastry chef. Yes, they will. They will, even if they spit it out when you walk away, because some people don't want to hurt your feelings. Like I don't have people that be like, no, your food is not this, or you need to do this, right? Unless I don't know them. Strangers feel more comfortable saying, hey, you can change this about something, than people that
they don't have
know
no
me.
attachment to it.
Yeah. So for me, it was just like they welcomed me, they embraced me. They was just basically like, this is your kitchen, this is just what we need from you. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. And so we've been going ever since then. So I'm grateful, because I was like, they believed in my skill and my talent, and they didn't know me. They didn't know me, but I'm pretty sure once they got to asking, they was like, oh, okay, she don't even promote herself this way. And I tell people all the time, I'm a real worker. I really do things, so I don't have time to TikTok. I don't have time to, every 5 seconds. Now, if I had a videographer, then we'll be viral right now.
What are we on?
We will be viral. They would definitely know who Chef Shay is, but I truly believe I'm old school, so the word of mouth for me.
No, but really a word of mouth is
way better than a video.
Because that's how we kind of gotten people.
You might want to get monetized here with this TikTok.
I'm getting on. For sure.
I'm sure the oxtail plantains is gonna go viral.
Yes.
I'm stuck on that.
Yeah.
I can't wait till Thursday.
I have to bring tea.
Make sure you order.
Oh, does she for real?
Nothing like a Caribbean soul food. I'm from Kentucky. I'm from Kentucky. They like, this girl got red cabbage and sweet peppers and pickled onions. Yes, I do.
Yes,
I
I
do.
love country
Yes,
food.
yes.
Well, we are so proud of you.
We are.
Thank you.
Glad that you came on the Thaunties. So what we also do on Thursdays is we like to do Drop It Like a Thauntie, where we talk about hot topics. And of course, the hot topic today, or earlier this week, is Eric Kimbrough's Red Robe Chronicles Derby Edition. If you have not watched it,
Please do.
We will post the link. Be prepared. It's probably a lot of good background noise for your work day, because it's long, but it's hilarious.
It is.
So Shay, how was your Derby?
My derby was full of work. It was pleasant. It was full of people.
It was grand opening
tasting my
weekend.
food.
Grand opening.
Yes. So my derby was busy.
Yeah.
I didn't get to enjoy anything but the crowd that came to Hill
And
Street
that's all
Lounge,
right.
and that's all fine with me.
That's
Made some
fine.
money too instead of spending
If
it.
you're spending money on Derby. You might as well.
That's way better.
I didn't get to
exactly.
experience the high prices and the parties and the
and that's
whack party.
That's what Eric was talking about.
Yeah.
Was how the parties are so whack, and people feel forced to go out because it's Derby, right? You don't want to sit in the house. So, would you agree with him?
I totally agree, because the funny thing is, I went out Thursday and I was like, oh my God, like, why do you come out if you're just gonna stand around?
Yeah.
Like, music
And y'all
makes
should
me
dance,
bop.
because my sister wanted to get there so bad, and y'all didn't even dance for her.
Music makes me, you didn't have to, because I danced in my own area by myself. Shout out to Elgin, you was the best DJ that night, in my opinion. But I don't understand why people go out and you just stand. Like you could do that at home. Like I don't get it.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that.
To go out. Do you like to go out, Shay? Are you a go
I used
outer?
to. I was I'm right before my time. I was way behind my ears. I'm a Jim Porter's Phoenix Hill type of girl, and since they removed those spots, no, ma'am.
I know. Jim Porter's
My daughter is 21, so I don't want to be in that milfing while she's. I don't want to be milfing while she's percolating. I guess twerculating, whatever they call it nowadays.
Twerking.
Yeah. I don't.
Like, wait a minute.
I'm trying to look for a stepdaddy, and she's in there looking for a new daddy. It ain't messing well. Yeah. And we look just alike, so we subject to get the wrong one. So, I'm
Everything
good.
gotta mix up.
No, I did agree with him on that. I did feel like I don't know what, maybe parties are missing the hype man. Maybe that is what is missing from the parties is a hype man.
It's not the parties, or the DJs, it's the people.
Yeah.
It's the
Because people are so cool nowadays that I'm gonna put on $700 worth of clothes and I'm gonna stand there like this.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, first of all, why do you got on $700 worth of
That
clothes?
part.
And I think some
'cause
people.
Fashion Nova's got a BOGO sale going on right now. And so,
But I did say for the guys, do not order them suits off of
Temu.
But he did say you can get a suit from Walmart. If you don't have the money,
Walmart got suits.
he
Well, they
did
got
say that
linen. They got
Walmart
linen.
and Target have really
have
good
linen.
stuff.
Walmart.com sells Gucci purses.
Yes.
Yeah. Walmart, you might be able to get, and caskets.
Yes.
You can probably get anything. at Walmart. Shout out to Walmart.
So we think that it's more the people than the actual.
Well, yeah, I would say it's more than it's more the people, and the thing about it is people who can afford to wear $700 outfits, they're dancing if they go to the club.
Leave our jeans.
And they don't care, what you have on doesn't make you not be able to dance. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not there just to show your clothes, if you go out and you really just going out to have a good time, just have a good time. Why are you going out?
But see, that's what I think.
Just to watch what other people got.
Exactly.
Or what's going on with
Okay,
other
so
people.
tell the truth. Like, honestly, I mean, if you're a drinker, by the time you got to the party, you're no longer thinking about what you even have on because you're drunk. Why are you having fun
Because
anyway?
that's people who want to have a party.
But we always like to have a party.
That's us. That's why we the Thaunties.
That's why we the Thaunties. That's why that's why we don't need to go out.
That's why we don't need to.
Okay, so
we have our own party.
We have our own party.
Well,
But
go to karaoke then.
here's another part
karaoke?
that I don't
For
know if y'all
sure.
heard on his rant was just don't do VIP sections no more. Like your major cities don't even have that.
Please don't talk
Like they allow everyone to just vibe together because it doesn't make sense. You're charging people that much money for what? Like nothing happened, nothing spectacular happened in this section. I didn't see K. Michelle walk and talk to us or nothing.
Well, she didn't see K. Michelle
she
because
walked by.
she was something else. She was right by our section.
She didn't say hi to you.
No, she gave me this. She gave me this.
Y'all know what
I'm gonna show you the video. I'm gonna show you the video.
Hey, girl.
Hope you got our shirt, K. Michelle.
Oh, that's right. We did give her a shirt.
Yeah. But yeah, I think people just to like everybody. I ain't gonna say everybody, but it's just real elite. Like I'm this, and I don't do this. I don't go out. I don't
Status
twerk.
quo.
I don't drop.
So just stay home.
Yeah.
So
But
just
no,
stay
if I
home.
stay
Just stay home.
If I stay home, nobody else see me.
Because that's what else
There
he
you
was
go.
saying. He was like, because it really, for real, think about it. So back in the 90s, when we would go to the club, you would leave the club drenched because you have
Yes.
stayed on the dance floor the whole night. You partied.
Yeah.
Bring me back, Weedy. That's all I got for you.
Oh, Weedy
Weedy,
party.
DJ Weedy, please come back and bring us a party so people can see how we like to party. Like that was the only thing. That was my main complaint about Thursday is that you are just standing around. DJ Weedy. Weedy's old school. Weedy's old school.
I was a newborn, y'all.
Not even just Weedy.
We'll bring DJ Weedy back anyway.
Who's your favorite DJ in your generation?
Myself.
Oh, you're a DJ?
You a
No,
DJ?
in my mind.
Oh, me too.
In my mind, I was like, just give it to me, and I'm like, I got playlists for y'all now. Don't let me put my auxiliary
That's how I am.
You must have been playing Had a Good playlist when I came Thursday. It must have been your playlist because they was bopping up here in Street Lounge on Thursday.
We got a similar playlist myself from one of those.
Okay.
I playlist is
it
real
was.
into.
I was like, okay. Yeah, they played one of my favorite R. Kelly songs.
Oh,
I'm a flirt.
Y'all, she's coming every week, y'all. She's coming every week.
Y'all play R. Kelly.
You know her karaoke
Yeah,
song.
that is her song. That is
But
her
no, I
song.
thought this derby was good.
I thought it was fun.
It was kind of
It
like
was
the
a blessing.
old days.
It
Like, you
was
know,
like,
when you meet a dude on derby and you don't even remember him by Preakness, that right there is something.
I don't remember. That's crazy.
Preakness will be in what, 2 weeks?
I actually don't know who he is today.
By Preakness, it won't even matter.
I guess.
I ain't got to worry about meeting them. We was dropping it like it was out.
Yeah, that's just what it was. It's just what it was.
Yeah, but just go back to like a old school party
Yeah.
vibe. And if you're not one of them that wants to kick it, just stay home. Like, you know.
Or y'all could
Y'all know what's
come
missing?
and fan of
C-10s.
those of us that's dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Sit around. Come and fan me. Come and fan us.
Yeah, crazy.
If you don't want to dance. But I don't really know a lot of people that go out, but you showed me that. That's why I don't go out no more, because I'm not liking the vibe.
And to our homies, MJ Entertainment, that was on our show
Yes.
last week.
Yes.
Y'all's crowd is not the R&B party crowd.
No. They was
They
big
got the
mad.
best crowds though. That's my
They have
era.
Yes, they
That's
have
my
the best
era.
crowd.
Bring him back, y'all. Bring him back. Bring him back. Let's do another type of Jim Porter's
Yeah.
edition.
They just had one
But they
Sunday.
had
You
one.
probably
I was
at
at
work.
work.
You
Yeah,
probably at work.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I couldn't wait to hear Gucci Mane go ahead.
Yeah.
Like, that reminds me of an MJ
Yeah.
Entertainment
It is,
board.
yes.
Shawty
Yeah.
do like it.
Yeah.
So,
Everybody coming through like it's in a line.
Right, exactly. And all y'all was playing was divorce music.
It was bad.
Divorce music.
Because even if you have an R&B party, you still there's some far ass R&B songs that can be played.
Yeah.
Baby, but they were saying, baby, don't leave me. Sorry, I left. You hurt me. You can't.
It
was date night. I was like, what is going on? This is bad.
That was at the granddaddy party. That was
Well,
the
what no
No,
granddaddy.
that was a Big Don MJ entertainment party.
They granddaddies.
They are granddaddies.
They granddaddies.
You are right. But all right, Derby 150, I think, was in the books. It was a good time. The track was good. Everybody looked beautiful.
Yes,
like,
they did.
just
Yes.
the colors was
Yes,
just
they did.
amazing.
Yes.
So
It was,
shout out to
yeah.
Louisville because we really
We put on this weekend.
We put
we
on.
did.
And for all of us African Americans who have never been to the track, go to the track
Once.
next
Go to the
year.
track.
If
Just
you do
once.
opening night, like the Saturday before,
Yeah.
you do Derby. You don't have to be Oaks or Derby. Go
Yeah.
to the track.
Just
It
once.
is a fun
502
experience.
502
Really,
Tuesdays, the
yeah.
move now.
That's like $5.
Yeah, and that's
really
really the local day now.
Yeah.
I learned about a black girls magic brunch that they have, gala brunch.
This coming up this Sunday?
Yes.
I was just, I don't know, I think they just had one right before Derby too, but I didn't even know about it, but
But yeah,
that's
so
something
it's a lot
that they do for women pre-Derby as well.
Yeah,
I was like,
there we go.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I think I did see
Yeah.
something. Some of the
Yeah.
girls from the retreat posted it. But yeah, so just celebrate, do it up, keep it going. But guess what you won't gonna do? And this is our next hot topic. What you won't do is go to that pastor's church and act a fool
act a
while he was
fool.
trying to usher in the spirit of the Lord.
Act of food.
Did y'all see that?
I did.
Yes. Yes.
It's all over
Yes.
TV.
Yes.
What'd you think, Tiff?
Pastor Keon was right, babe.
You think it was right?
Yes.
How do you not know she wasn't in the spirit?
Well, listen.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So he was on Tamron Hall today, and he said that they have problems out of her multiple times. So this is not new for her. She does this, and someone was saying that she has a demonic spirit about her, and
I'm
so
not gonna go
he
that
was
far with
hushing the
people.
demon.
Hushing the demon. Now that's a little. That's pushing a
No,
little
you're
far.
right. Yeah,
But
yeah.
I will say,
That's what they said though.
That's what
They
they
said that
said.
they were in a spiritual movement, and the
Yes.
scream that she had is what they call when it's a demon in
Demon
the room,
wailing.
and everybody in the spirit is
Yep.
and it was
Really?
coming out of her,
Yep.
which is why he said, "Hush that spirit now."
Yep.
Like you have to pay. He said,
he
"Hush
just
it,"
said-
and then he
Jesus
said, "Hush
said-
that spirit now." Jesus said, "Yeah."
Be quiet.
Yeah.
Silence.
right now.
Yeah.
And
And
she
she
hushed.
silenced.
And she
silenced.
silenced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she
But that's kind of
silenced.
what they say goes on in exorcisms too. Like
Yeah,
if you watch
yes.
it when they throwing the holy water and it's got the cross and they doing the Jesus demon get out of it.
Yeah.
And they say silence, he's supposed to be quiet, but on the movie the girl was like, ah,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, to each his own.
So what did you think?
And that's good. Well, that's good to know the backstory because I thought I don't know. I just feel like everybody gets in the spirit on their own.
And I
thought he was just like, hush, hush. We just only want to hear the voice of the Lord. Yet you keep saying your song. Why you ain't being quiet?
No, he said, the only thing I want to hear, not just the voice of the Lord, was that man singing the song. Whoever
He was singing.
Well, even if it was him, I only want to hear.
Be quiet so I can sing my song.
There you go. But the thing about it is that when someone's in the spirit and when people are in the spirit, the whole church is usually in the spirit.
That part.
And everybody
Yes.
may be speaking in tongues. And I'm not saying that people can't have a time by themselves because you can.
Yep.
But I'm a long time church goer. And I have seen a lot of people and it be the same person all the time making these extravagant noises during a church service. And I'm just saying, like,
And
I
he
get
said that. He said that.
And
That's
I
what she
get it
does.
that everybody has their own way of expressing, their thankfulness to God and praising Him their own way, and I get it. But at no time are you supposed to be a disturbance to the spirit and what He's trying to say. We're
That
trying to have a
part.
service and a worship service here.
Yeah.
If you're interrupting, then God is
not in the building.
confusion.
Yeah.
He's not in confusion.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he don't like
that's
it.
not a God. So I'm not gonna say that you should go around hushing people when they in the spirit, but I'm just saying sometimes you have to be like, ma'am, just kind of keep it down.
So why don't they do an exorcism on her? If they know she has a demonic spirit, why they don't do that?
Because who
you
does
just keep
that?
letting her come back to church every Sunday and you know she's a demon. Cast it out.
Who does exorcisms?
The
I don't know.
pastors.
She'll look at me like,
I
have no idea.
You know anybody in the hood can do an exorcism?
Not in the hood.
it said, thou shalt not judge. And that's what I did. That is not my job. So I didn't judge it. I just read the comments. I don't know.
But that was
Yeah.
the story that she is. This is not the first time that's happened.
Yeah.
So
So
yes.
that's enough. All right, but yeah. So that's Hot Topics. We usually don't know none.
We don't.
We don't never know the full story. We don't never know people's names. Like Pastor Key, I'm glad you said I couldn't remember his name. Yeah, we don't never know the whole
It's
story.
about to be old girl's husband.
Yeah.
No, he is her husband.
No, I know that's what I'm saying. That's
Who?
Shawnee's
husband.
Shawnee O'Neal.
That's Shawnee's
It
husband.
is.
Yeah.
I knew he looked familiar.
That's Shawnee's husband.
I bet he tell her.
I was looking at
When
her.
she hush? When he say hush?
No, she ain't hushing.
Of course she does.
No, but she said that
Yeah, of course she
he
does.
brings a peace to her that made her want to be submissive to him.
So I guess you do. I'm gonna try it one day. Somebody tell me to hush.
Yeah.
Depends on how to tell you.
Yeah, that part. Because you know hush
Yeah,
so much.
yeah.
I said, look, baby.
I be quiet. But when he leave, when he
He
said
was-
talking
no, he
again.
wasn't mean when he said it to her.
It was just direct. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was. I didn't think it was
No.
me.
I mean, but that's a good thing. Direct is what a lot of people like.
And a direct is what a lot of people need.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
and need. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
because, baby, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Well, Shay, thanks for participating in our Driving
for
Like a
having
Thauntie.
me.
But now we know we're not done
We're not
with you.
done.
Okay.
So usually what we do
Put you in a hot
is
seat.
do a Ask the Thauntie where
Okay.
people ask us questions. But today we're going to put you in a hot
Okay,
seat.
let's go.
We're going to ask you some questions.
Let's go.
All
These
right.
buns are toasted. These buns are toasted. Let's go.
All right, cool. So what is the most sexual dish you've ever made for your man?
Oysters.
What? Oysters.
Oysters? 'Cause the oysters are aphrodisiac.
They are.
Okay, so how
But
you
you
make
infuse them.
with what?
Flowers.
Flowers.
Yeah.
Flowers. Like
It's a
green
double.
flowers.
It's a double aphrodisiac.
Girl, cut it out.
I just got my certification in cannabis.
Oh!
Yes. For anybody that's looking for it, Sullivan University has the program.
Yes,
Yeah, they do.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they
Federally
do.
regulated.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's a whole, it's a whole restaurant in Tennessee, like in
for
Nashville.
sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
You can
what's
just go
it
to
called?
the
Brew
restaurant.
and dang, I just
Yeah.
looked this up this week.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's some more. It's
Bud
some
and
more
brew.
in Colorado.
Bud and brew. That is what it's
Bud
called.
and
Bud and
brew,
brew.
yeah.
Yep, buds and brew.
Yep. So that's the go. But you infuse the oysters and you let
Okay.
them sit, and then you feed the oysters
Very
to the man
sensual.
in a sensual way. I can't show you guys. 'Cause
King
it's
Tiff is
private.
gonna have to tell us how to
Yes,
feed
King
them
Tiff is gonna have to
oysters.
show us.
Yeah, we can do a
I
double
don't pop
team.
my back and feed the oyster.
You know, you gotta rub here, and then you take the oyster, and you just feed it.
That's what I got.
And then you walk away with no touch. Yeah, I was working on it. I was working
Taking
on it.
notes for real.
I shook her hand every time I seen her sing. It's gotten better.
I'm working on it.
I'm working
Hilarious.
on it. Hey, Tim.
So which restaurant in Louisville would you not eat at? Like you hate going there?
As a chef, you really don't eat. When you cook a lot, you never have an appetite for anything because mostly everything that you cook is probably some sort of what somebody else has. So I like grocery store fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
Yeah, that type of stuff. So nothing against anybody, it's just as a chef.
Yeah.
I just don't, you know.
You eat your own food.
No.
Okay.
I taste my own food, but no, I don't eat my own
And
food.
it's probably
It's because it's repetition, so you eat with your eyes, right?
Yeah.
So when you're constantly seeing,
Yes.
I see it when I buy it, I see it when I prep it, I see it when I cook it, I see it when I plate it, I see it as it's going out the door, and I see it if someone just happens to be not satisfied, but that hasn't happened, thank you God. So, you know, seeing it so much is like, I don't want that. So like the other morning I had cooked, we did a full service brunch, right, and I went to the gas station and I got a biscuit.
Wait, you didn't have a biscuit here in the lunch?
It's weird. It's really it's weird because I've saw it. I've touched it. So I'm full. Mentally, I'm full.
Yeah.
That's probably what happens to be on Thanksgiving. Like when you cook.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
You smell it so
That's even when you just cooking a regular meal.
Yeah,
You know,
it
you
is.
cook it and you taste here and there and you like,
That's the
all right.
part. It's the tasting during the cooking that
Yeah.
you like.
It
Once
fills
it's
you
time,
up
it's,
too.
you're done. You're full.
Because the small portions hit you quicker than the big portions do.
Yeah.
So, but shout out to all the local chefs and all the West Louisville businesses, East Louisville businesses, all the entrepreneurs trying to get it together. Chef life is the best life because we get to be independent, individual, and in our own.
Like,
So yeah, no hate.
Very diplomatic. I love it.
They know I jug with everybody.
Well,
They
this is
know.
one that you can pick. So who's your celebrity crush?
Ooh, who's my celebrity crush? Let me think about it.
or you could just tell her who your crush in the city
Oh, you might got a real crush. You got a crush in the city?
Jesus.
Okay.
He's
Call me
good.
Virgin Mary.
Okay. I'm her sister.
No. It's Mariana. So I would have to say my celebrity crush would probably be Mr. Alba himself.
Oh, yeah, Idris. That's a
I'm
good
still
one.
okay when she's like, girl, you get another one. What the song said, you know, double back on that one, try it again.
Try it again.
He's very in different role, like his character is always, he can switch it on and switch it off.
Yeah, he's sexy.
So I'm a little
like him
intense.
too.
I like to role play a little bit. So by him being-
What's your favorite character to be?
I walk myself right in. Okay, we're gonna answer this the right way, and it's gonna be a child of God. That's the best way to be.
I like it. No, it's probably some angel wings and a towel.
what it is.
It's not the same shape.
That is not what you just said.
She is out over there. She is out of control. Hold on, I think I know how to do it.
Now you know how to exercise.
I think I figured it out, y'all. I did it. One more time.
Every show, you tell people to do something. She needs somebody to lay hands on.
So your street lounge will have holy oil coming soon. Made by Chef Shay.
It's gonna be infused.
Yeah.
The last one, so it's Mother's Day.
It is
Weekend
Mother's
coming
Day.
up this weekend. So any mothers that or women who's poured into you, like you want to shout them out and how they impacted your life?
Shout out to my mom for birthing me, because without her, none of this would be possible, right? Shout out to my granny for opening the door for me when no one else would. Shout out to my kids' grandmother, Miss Beecham, because that lady has been in my life for 16 years, and I have ran her hair from her eyebrows to the back of her scalp, and she still loves me unconditionally. Thank you for you all the women from the city of Louisville that have been supporting me, Gracefully Broken, Women of Intent, Black Girls Conquer All, the Women of Hill Street Lounge, and for the Save the Best for last, my daughter. I want to thank my daughter. She is absolutely wonderful. She is the best version of me that God could have ever produced.
I know, that's
and
right.
so I'm thankful for her, and we got some stuff coming up Mother's Day, so.
Yeah.
I love it.
And don't forget to stop by Hill Street Lounge Mother's Day, for we have an all-day brunch buffet
Hey,
for
get
Mother's
turned
Day.
up with your
Yeah.
mama.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Look,
sure.
doing
Yeah,
that.
so come on out. Come on out. And get your mamiana on. Come on out. Come on, bring it on out.
I like that.
Just get a drop off at the valet. We got valet parking.
Yeah, we
So,
like
you know, pull up to the door,
Yeah.
come on in, reserve. You can do reservations, you can do anything, but come in and get your mamiana on. We get 1 day a year, right? Is what
That's
they tell
right.
us. To be appreciated. So
Yes.
we're not cooking for nobody. We're not washing up nobody's clothes. We're not doing any of that. Hubby, kids, all of y'all find something to do, because this ain't it.
Yeah.
And this ain't that. So I speak for all of us as a collaborative when I say we don't want to do it on Mother's Day, sweetheart, if that's the only day that y'all gave us.
Yeah.
So
Now, I have a friend that her husband and her younger daughter are going out of town for a family thing, and then her mom is gonna be gone and her daughter's gonna be gone. She was like, I get Mother's Day to myself.
Yeah.
Like, she's so geeked.
Yeah.
Because
that she
that's
don't-
exciting.
It is.
Yeah, just
It is.
relaxing.
Yeah.
Nobody calling you. Nobody, mama.
Exactly.
How many times do you hear mama?
I started telling them to call me Shay. I was like, from Friday to Sunday, y'all call me Shay. Call me mama. Call me mama. Teach you some good independence.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need everything you needed from me on the weekend. You no longer need, because you can do it yourself. The kids got cars. Take your little brother to his practice.
Exactly.
You pick them up when you get off
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
And I'm doing my own.
Yeah,
thing.
I love it.
Ain't no keep on waiting
best
on
way to
me.
be.
You better call Uber.
I know that's right.
Well, that lets us end on a good note. So every week we do a Listen to Your Thauntie, where we drop a gem of wisdom or knowledge on the people. But today, let's end with saying what we think is the best thing about being a mother.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What you got?
Me?
Yeah,
Want me to go first?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, well, I would say the best thing about being a mother for me has been like knowing all the things that and the issues that I had as a kid growing up, and then knowing how my mom raised me, which was not a bad, because, you know, we were super strict.
Yeah.
And at the time when my mom was raising me, my mom and dad were raising me, I'm thankful that they were super strict and had all the
Yeah.
provisions, had all the
Yeah.
provisions. But I think with that, you know, when you grow up in a house that's very, very strict,
You
then
become a relaxed parent.
you become a more relaxed parent. But it's an even medium. And so now, growing up, me and my mom, we had a relationship of reverence, and I was able to develop a relationship with my daughter where she honors me and she respects me, but she's not afraid of me.
Right.
Yeah.
And so some of the issues that I had as a child, that if I wasn't afraid of my mom, we could have talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's a good one.
I'm able to talk to my daughter. My daughter's not afraid to talk to me and tell me issues or problems that she's having, you know. And so I appreciate being a mother that understands that, you know, because you're not okay with things they do, but you got to know that they're going to do it. And just because you say not to do it, it don't mean kids ain't going to do
gonna
it.
do it even
No,
faster.
They're going to do it
so
anyway.
instead of being so
faster.
protective and saying don't, just say,
Give 'em a
well,
little rope.
let me tell you what happens if you do.
Yes.
And are you willing to deal with the consequences when you do that?
Yep.
And so just give them some space to be human and be people and be little adults when they get to the age.
That part.
Yeah.
And you know, that's my favorite part about being a mom, is that I can, you know, just teach from my experience.
Yeah. I agree
create
with that one.
space for them to be
It
there.
does. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I would say for me, it's been seeing the transition, the different phases of their lives, and just seeing them grow into the people that they're becoming today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because even like with Moira, you know, we went through rough pouches, and now it's just, and I don't know how many of you have children, girls that are in middle school. Middle school's rough. And so to get past that point and just see this young woman that she's becoming, and just, she just has so many talents that have been so hidden and are just coming out. That part that's the best part to me. Just seeing them become
Develop.
who they want to be. And I've not stirred her. I've allowed both of my children to make their own decisions, and to, because a lot of parents kind of helicopter, and you don't know what God has for them. It might not be what you want them to do.
For me, it would be the unconditional love, right? A lot of kids get angry at you, a lot of kids, but my kids have remained the same throughout the process, right? And as she stated, like having that open communication and allowing your kids to be who they are and voice their opinion without it being a disrespect
That
type
part,
of thing was big for me. Because if it wasn't for them saying the things that they said to me, I wouldn't have been able to fix the things that
about me
that they actually needed, right? I would have been like, I don't care, it's disrespectful, but their voice, it matters to me. Now you do got to teach them tone.
Right.
But they love you the same when you make them mad.
They do.
You're the villain, I'm the villain all the time. But they still spin the block and they love me the same, and they're always there for me. And so they would tear up the world for me, you know what I mean? And so I think that's the most blessing for me, because people change on you in a blink of an eye, right? And the kids have an option to say, I don't want you to be my mama no more, even though you're my mama. But the fact that they know the good, the bad, the pros, and the cons, and they're still willing to love
I think
me.
that was so true. That was probably the best statement, because kids do have just unconditional love. They really truly teach you grace, because you mess up all the time as a parent, because there's no rules to this, and they love you regardless.
What my daughter was, because she's of course about to have a baby, right? So I text her one day, because she was in the beginning, she was unconfused, like, do I do this, do I that? And I was like, just let God lead the way, right? And so I texted her one day, and I was like, I know you've seen a lot of ups and downs, roundabouts for myself. I haven't always been the best, but I've maintained, you all having two parents positively in your life. But what I will say, there isn't any handbook, right, to parenting, but I will be your guide. Right. Because parents always say, we don't have a handbook, but we do. Well, it's generations after generations after generations. Somebody
you
just
take
has
a
to
piece
have
of
the balls
everything.
to go and edit the original
That part.
book.
There you go. There
You have to edit the original book.
That was perfect.
That's the only way we can change. And so within that, for me, as becoming a new mama, my thing was to not scold my daughter, not to say that you're not doing this right, you're not doing this, but more to explain to her, this is gonna happen. For example, with a child's father. So I'm gonna tell you now, do not depend on him to do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Whatever he chooses to do, you allow him to do that. But you go to work and you go to school and you do what you're supposed to do. My uncle used to always say, you let the dog go home, he'll find his way back. And so I teach that to my daughter. So when she finds herself now in situations where she's like, I need help. And I'm looking at her, I don't say anything, and then she'll come back to me and be like, you was right, mama, but now she's not upset. They're not arguing. They're not repeating generational history where we're being toxic to each other around the baby. Now she's able to say, okay, well, mama told me this what might happen. This is one of the options that might happen. So now I can adapt and adjust. So she doesn't have to be the angry black little girl with the baby. And that narrative, she can say, okay, I can still be successful no matter what he does. I can still be great no matter if I have a baby or not.
That's right.
So I think for me, that's the blessing.
That's true. I think the best thing about motherhood is just built-in cheerleaders, right? Like we pour into our kids, and and we nurture them, but they do the same.
They do.
Like even though and they say you got this, or I know you stand on business. I know you're gonna run for me. They know that I am going to be there for whatever, and if I don't get it, I'm gonna get it if they need it. You know what I'm saying? So I just think them just knowing that they cheer me on and appreciate and my accomplishments, and see what I do, and I think that kind of helps them with their decision making too. Because, I've told them, listen, I done sacrificed a whole lot. So what y'all can't do is just act no fool and blow off my sacrifice.
I ain't working hard for you to be doing this.
But so motherhood is great. I come from a beautiful family of of loving mothers that, you know, made me the mother that I am today. So shout out to all of
Shout
our
out to our
mothers,
mothers,
Shout out
our
to
grandmothers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And before we go, we want to shout out our sponsor too, who his baby mama's right there.
That's down Mamiana.
Yes. Rise and Shine Transportation. I thank all of Louisville for supporting us during Derby.
Right.
Had a really successful Derby weekend. So thank you for that. But if you need any rides, if you need transportation to homework, school, or any event, call Rise and Shine Mobile Services and we can be of help to you.
All right, Rising
right.
Star, y'all heard it.
Rise and Shine.
That's all right.
Star shine.
Shine and it's good. You know,
If you want to be a sponsor of the Thaunties,
Hit us up.
hit us up in our inbox. You'll
us
see
up.
our logos here.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe, comment on our video.
Yes.
Support Chef
Support.
Shay and Hill Street
Period.
Lounge.
Yes.
How can they follow you?
You can follow me via Facebook at Chef Shay, or excuse me, Shay Chef, Auntie Soul Food and Sweets, also at the Hill Street Lounge. You can follow me via Instagram, Chef Shay La Heffa, Auntie Soul Food and Sweets, and TikTok Aunties.
Do you do personal catering?
Yes, I do personal catering, private chefing, you name it, I do it.
I know that's right.
And if I haven't done it, we're gonna do
that
it.
money.
So,
We'll figure it out.
yeah,
We'll
yeah,
figure it
yeah.
out. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all next week.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Can I say it? Cut. Okay.